at it again, coming to you live from the Produce Sound Studios, downtown Corpus Christi, Texas. Shout out to Vago Burger and Barbecue, located in Molina, 4701 Barrera Drive. Have you tried them before?
No, but I keep wanting to. Trust me. I'm like, I'm gonna get out there, I promise. I'm like, I'm gonna keep sharing their stuff though. So
Yeah, it's out. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Shout out to them. So appreciate you guys. So today we have Ronee Martinez. What's going on?
Hi, what's up? What's up?
The
What's
the
up?
official Corpus Christi Horror Club.
Yes, yes, yes. Owner and operator.
All right, right. Did you feel like you had to put the official in there because there was other clubs or?
I did because there was some backlash back in the day, like 10 years ago, where there was other people that were just like, well, I'm gonna have my own horror club or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm official.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not technically, but
Wow. 10 years
yeah.
ago?
Yeah, oh yeah, this has been
Wow.
a thing. It was started with a group of friends of mine. We all loved horror movies. We would do cookouts in my friend's backyard and watch horror movies and play games. And we were like, well, let's make this a club. So we kind of
Wow.
just made a page and stuff. But unfortunately, we all got married, moved away,
Oh wow.
kind of broke up. So it was just a meme page for a while, for a long while. And yeah, just recently that has changed into a little bit more.
So so have the goals? I guess the goals have changed
It
since
has.
you first. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tremendously have changed from just memes. I still share my memes,
Yeah.
but now it's more of being interactive with people in the community, sharing
Yeah.
local, podcasts, sharing people's, burger places and all this stuff, food trucks,
Yeah.
events, stuff like that, that people can be like, go to a place. Hey, I want to hear about scary stuff, but I also want to know what's going
That's
on in the
cool.
community. So,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say, yeah, you have your own twist because there's other people doing that too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is and I have the CC Goth moms, I guess you could say. Like
Cool.
we go watch a scary movie
That's cool.
together, which is awesome. Yeah, we're all wearing black, but we have our kids and stuff. It's awesome. Shout out to Ashley and Maria and Kat. They're the ones that go with me most of the time. But of course, anybody's invited to our. I put it out there if you want to fill up for the movie.
Yeah.
Come by,
That's
hang out
cool.
with us. We're not gonna bite that hard.
And so it's always a horror movie, I assume.
Yes, yeah. Our first one was Slaughterhouse, believe it or not.
What's it?
It's a sloth.
Oh, Slaughter. Okay.
Slaughterhouse. Yes, and it was it was in a it was a like a frat house, right, or a sorority house, and
Yeah.
this girl gets a sloth. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
shoot.
spoil it, but yeah, it gets a little intense at the end.
There's a sloth involved? Whoa.
Yes, it's so B-rated and hilarious. Sloth goes off.
Yeah.
Might want to rethink getting a sloth in the future, but yeah, it was an awesome movie. We
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It was great.
Wow. Man, so how did you so there was a question from Tea by the Sea Cafe.
Oh, Timmy.
She said regarding scary movies and haunted stuff, what convinced you to go to the dark side?
Oh, I have always, and I was talking to Chris from Night Creatures about it. Like, we talk backstory, like, why do we like this stuff? What's wrong with this?
Hmm.
It started from our childhood. We grew up with Elvira, Tales from the Crypt.
Wow.
So even though I wasn't supposed to watch it because my parents are die-hard Catholics, right?
Right.
I couldn't even walk into Hot Topic. I am a late in life goth, by the way,
Crazy. Wow.
because I couldn't really wear black, and I went to Catholic school all the way up into junior high.
Hmm.
So yeah, I couldn't look at that, but I would see it after at night when they go to
Yeah, yeah,
bed,
yeah, yeah.
and I'm like, Tales from the Crypt, Friday the 13th series, stuff like that. And then I just saw Freddy Krueger, and I was like, man,
Wow.
I really dig this. Like this Elvira, of
Really?
course.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. So
Because I'm
comic
scared.
books,
Yeah.
comic books too. I was into comic books
Oh,
big
nice.
time. Any kind of Vampirella.
Yeah.
I actually have her tattoo, which people think is Darkwing Duck, but it's Vampirella. Shout out to Darkwing Duck for being badass.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was basically just that me loving and Rice books too,
Yeah.
wanting to be a vampire. I am
Oh,
going to
wow.
be one day.
Cool.
So yeah, that's basically it. That was my childhood, just watching stuff at night after my parents went to bed,
Yeah, yeah.
getting comic books, Vampirella comic books.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And we were talking, me and Maya, the producer, were talking earlier about the different types of horror films.
Oh yeah, there's all these slasher gore. Um, I can't. I
I
mean,
was telling him like I think the mystery ones are the ones that are most scariest.
like a psychological type
Yes,
of
exactly.
horror. Oh yeah, no, those freak me out. And actually, so I don't get really scared, uh, but the paranormal
Hmm.
ones kind of freak me out because you just never
You never
know.
know.
Yeah, paranormal, like the Paranormal Activity movie was kind of like
Yeah.
kind of freaked me out. It didn't scare me too much, but I was like, man. And then the Hell House LLC, which is a good like haunted house movie. They have like a whole series, which
Wow.
is good. But my go-to, I guess, and I'm sure someone's gonna ask me, what's your favorite horror
Yeah,
movie?
yeah.
So overall, Takeshi Miyake, he's a Japanese horror filmmaker. He's got a whole bunch. Ichi the Killer, which is, and I
Yeah.
actually have his tattoo of his main villain of Kakihara tattooed on
I
my
thought
wrist. You know.
I saw a review of it. I thought he was Ichi.
Ichi,
Yes.
no, he's Kakihara. He's like the Yakuza
Probably
gang
just
leader.
as bad as.
Oh yeah, no, this guy is way fucked up. And it's a really, screwed up movie. It's just its own
It's
kind
a
of.
wild
It
movie.
is weird and it's wild and it's gross and it's just like, oh my god, it's. But I like that kind of odd,
Yeah.
scary kind of
Yeah, so
weirdness.
that type is like in your face. It's like right there.
Yeah,
It's not there's no mystery to it. It's like we're gonna
no.
show it to you.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
it's all basically gore and see how we can just like freak you out by
Yeah.
I mean, his mouth opens and then his jaw comes out and it's
Yeah.
just like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he likes to the not really BDSM, but he likes the sadistic kind of being tortured and stuff like that. It's kind of
Mm.
just off on another
It's
level.
crazy stuff.
But my man, if I have to go with American Horror, Freddy
Hmm.
Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. That's like my all-time favorite,
Yeah.
American horror movie. I love a man that can make me laugh. He always made me laugh. So, and Robert Englund is just I think it was like the
Is there a
best.
debate between him and the other any like Jason or whatever? Like
Oh, there always
there
is. There's
always is,
always
right?
just like, oh, this person has so many kills, and this person,
Oh,
does it better,
okay.
and it's just like somebody will like this, horror guy more than this other guy. Like some will go off about Terrifier because he used a gun shooting. He shot. I mean, no one, no slasher or
Oh
no
wow.
horror really uses a gun
Use a gun, yeah.
to kill somebody. He used a gun, and even I was like, a gun, really?
No.
Like, I was like, okay, so I got more. He got more when he sliced that girl in half, and I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. It's mainly about the kills for me, like how
Crazy.
Saw. Honestly,
Oh
that
yeah.
would be a close, like a newer type of horror film. I love Saw.
So
Saw.
crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
I just got the Billy doll actually from Wild Wolf. He's
Crazy.
he's huge.
Ashley Holland, hello on YouTube.
Girl, Ashley, my coworker.
If you had one favorite movie that isn't the normal boy band of horror villains, who would it be?
Um. Mm, 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 mm. I mean, I guess I would go back into like the old school horror.
Hmm.
Because Frankenhooker, that would always say, have you ever seen Frankenhooker?
Mm-mm.
B movies or like back in the school 80s
Like
movies
80s?
were
Okay.
intense. Oh my gosh. So
Really?
Frankenhooker is like hilarious, totally off the wall.
Yeah.
Not what you expect, but that stuff, oh God, Night of the Living Dead, stuff like that. Any
Yeah.
kind of like old school
Old
movies.
school.
Like
Wow. That's
even
cool.
Nosferatu, black and white movies.
Yeah.
Those kind of gave you a chill because
Wow.
they were so intricate on how they were going to do it. So I think they put more of emphasis on how we're going to scare these people instead of like, oh, I'm just gonna flash them up, like that. Because nobody gets scared anymore.
Yeah, so I guess it was a different type of like scaring people as because like
Yeah.
they wouldn't have like Ichi like
Yeah.
at that time like what
No.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it would be like what the heck, people
What's
would
going on?
really freak out. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. Yeah. But yeah, I it's just so many genres and so much like horror.
What elements do you think make a horror movie great?
Well, a good horror movie. Oh my gosh, actually, Korean horror, Tale of Two Sisters. Let me tell you, Korean, Asian horror, they just know how to like get under your
So
skin.
crazy. Yeah.
Like Takeshi, there's this one of the audition is his one of his movies. He has a girl putting spikes in or needles in the guy's like nails and just thinking
Wow.
about or in the eyes and it's just like so visceral
Crazy.
and you get to like what would that feel like, oh my gosh,
How do you think of that stuff, right?
yeah,
Like how do you
exactly, yeah, that kind of like what books were you reading when
Yeah.
um
What you grew up
But
on.
not just that, just the whole backstory of how it came together and how they put it in order. Like, I think that's what makes a good horror movie. You're waiting to see what is the end game, like what is the real
Hmm,
story, because there's always like more to it than just what you see on the, oh, they just killed somebody. How are they going to kill somebody? Why are they killing somebody?
crazy.
It's just getting to a good plot, I
So at
guess.
the end of that Ichi the killer, Gigi, not Gigi, but that
Kakihara.
he
Yeah.
committed suicide. Did
No,
he
he was
commit
murdered
suicide? Okay,
by
so
yeah.
he was murdered.
Yeah, no,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. He got killed.
He got
Yeah, he
it.
got.
He got it. He got caught.
Yeah.
What horror movie recommendations for newcomers?
Oh, is that my brother? Oh,
Yeah.
that's my brother.
Hey, Ralph Martinez, what's going on?
Yeah. Okay, so what's it?
I was gonna ask you if you had brothers. Like, I know
Yeah,
you
I have
mentioned your
two.
dad.
That's my oldest brother. He's
Cool.
out in Harlingen.
Nice.
My other biker brother, which is Roland Martinez. I don't know where he's probably out partying. But
So all of you are from Corpus then?
all of us are
Okay.
from Corpus. Yeah, my this one moved to Harlingen, and then my other one's at in Beeville or Mineral, Texas.
Oh,
So
okay.
not too far away. Newcomers, horror movie.
Yeah, like if I'm new, somebody's new to the genre, like where would you?
That's hard because
It's
it's like,
hard, right?
what do you want to watch? Do you want to watch more gore? Do you want more to the plot? Do you want
Yeah.
a pretty girl in it? Do you?
I like like I like say somebody that's into thrillers. I like thriller movies like crime thrillers, or like you're always guessing like, damn, I wonder how this happened or
Oh,
how
you're
that
putting me on
happened.
the spot, and I
You know what I
can't think
mean?
of any
That's
horror
okay.
movie at this
It's
point. It's like, it's a
you're
horror
good. You're
movie.
good. You're good. Oh man, yeah. So yeah, thanks for coming on the show. So you
Of
had
course.
you introduced me to the horror guys.
Night
Night
Creature.
Creature,
Yeah,
yes,
Chris and them. Yeah, I'm in their movie,
yeah.
Nosebleed.
Nosebleed.
Yeah, but I
You
played the.
actually have an IMDb on there.
I do. It's like, and then now I'm on his website because I'm event coordinator, because I'm helping them put events together as well so they can get out there, promote, get money for their new movie,
Yeah.
Evil Inheritance. So that's a whole thing. So I have a picture on the website too now. So
How is that? Like, how is that so far? Like, I guess
it's,
getting
yeah.
money coming in, you know?
Oh my God. So this is like the crazy thing. So I started getting out, obviously, getting myself out there. I was like, screw it. Let me see what's out in Corpus. And, Chris and I started talking more, and he was just like, hey, would you like to try out for a movie? And I was just like, what? Okay. I don't know how to act, but I guess. And then we're at Starbucks. I was like, I didn't get to do I did so many takes at home. I had
Oh
my
wow.
kid on the phone reading the lines to me, and it didn't even capture any of it. And I was like, and I couldn't send it. So he's like, meet me at Starbucks. We'll do a thing there. So we
Wow.
did it. And he's like, okay, we'll have you as this person. I played the bitchy ticket girl.
Yeah.
And then it was just from there on, we just like developed a stronger relationship and a friendship. And I was like, I want to help you with this, and I want your movie to get off. I didn't get to audition for this other film, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I think I'll have a bit part as a demon, which is fine. But it's more about me like putting them out there, sharing, and which is why I do what I do for all these other, like for your podcast, for
Yeah.
little social or the local places. I share whatever you guys put out there because I know that's going to get you more views.
Mm.
Because sometimes I know a lot of people don't have time. They have other jobs to do. So if
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and I'm on my phone, hey, I'm going to share this person's event, or I'm going to share this
Yeah.
person's podcast, because that's what's going to build our community. That's
Yeah.
what's going to make it better for all of us, not just me.
Do you, like whenever you're doing that, do you ever feel like some people are like, oh, she shared their stuff, but she didn't share our
And I do
stuff?
feel so bad when that happens, because
Yeah,
I'll
like
look back and I'm like, 3 days ago, this person had this event, and I'm like, I didn't share it. Oh my God, I'm so
Didn't-
sorry. It's internal. I don't think people are mad at me. I mean, they know I try my best
Yeah.
to put out or share whatever I can. And I tell people, tag me. If you want me to share it, tag me. I'm more than happy to
Yeah.
and I think Black Monk Tavern tags me, and a couple other people, or if you put at all followers on your thing.
Oh yeah.
I'll be like, okay, I'm sharing it. This person wants this out there, and
Cool.
and that helps me a lot on getting it out there. But sometimes I'll have to like look at, or like Google them, or not Google them, but like type their name in the search bar and see
Yeah.
if they have anything coming up, because I'm like, okay, I wonder if this is guy, because it doesn't pop up in my feed always.
Wow, that's
yeah.
cool. It's cool. Yeah, and then and then we had another question from Lauren McNabb of the
Oh,
McNabb Micro Farm.
I need to get some of their stuff out.
It's pretty, man. It's good. I tried it. They gave me some
Yeah.
samples. It's good.
Yeah,
Try it out.
I saw that on the podcast.
Oh, you saw
I was
it?
like, ooh, is he gonna bring it in? Sounds good.
Yeah, and then we were talking. I was like, man, I eat tacos in the morning. And he's like, well, just put
Yeah,
some of
put
that
some
on it,
on
and I did
there.
exactly that. I was like, all right,
Smart.
cool, yeah,
So what
and
you got?
they're so like you can taste the difference
Yeah,
as opposed to just like HEB salad or whatever,
it's more flavorful.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. You
it's
can
like
taste it.
crazy flavorful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy flavor. Anyway, she says, what inspires you to keep going, especially in a town where there are a lot of people that may be judgmental of anything that isn't mainstream.
Oh, honestly, I just block out the haters. Anybody that's
Yeah,
just like negative Nancy, stay out of my face. I'm not gonna hear it. Like
yeah,
that's another thing is just I know there's some stores that, or restaurants it's like, oh, this place sucked or whatever. The person was mean to me or whatever. And it's just like, maybe they're having a bad day.
mm.
Give them another chance. You don't just, I want more positive
Hmm.
than there is negatives because everybody goes to the negative straight away.
Yeah,
Always. It's like, oh, this happened to me, blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
They're going to, Yelp about it. They're going to Google about it. How about the positive?
Hmm.
I want more people to go out there and share like what made you happy at this place, instead of just going straight to the negative. So that's what keeps me going because I want people to, sorry, I have hair in my face. I want people to know that, give people another chance if you feel that they're not that day they weren't a good.
Yeah,
Maybe they're stressed or something happened.
yeah. Don't
You
take it
know,
personal at first.
yeah, like you never know. Like sometimes people want to be catered to when they walk into a local business, and it's
Mm,
just like everybody has things going on. Don't take it personally. Let's try it
yeah,
again.
we get spoiled with like chain
We
restaurants or
do.
yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a lot to say
And we
there.
got families that are trying to do something for the community, for themselves, and bring something to Corpus that has never been done. I mean, this
Hmm.
is a whole thing here. Like this
Yeah,
isn't, happened. This isn't regular mainstream here in Corpus, but look at you. You're out here kicking ass,
appreciate
dude.
it.
And you're like, I love listening to your podcast because
Thank you
I'm
so
learning
much.
stuff
Yeah.
and getting to know like, oh my gosh, is it Paula from Sam and Louie's? Like
Oh yeah,
she's
yeah.
military, like, and then
Oh
she's
yeah,
like
no kidding, man.
I was
Oh
like, are you
shoot.
kidding me? That's like amazing. Just like knowing women that can do that and just do their own thing. That's also another thing is just like, women, I feel women need to be also shown how badass they are.
Hmm.
Sometimes we're kind of like the minority chorus and it's just like, oh, this little girl. I used to be a boxer. Don't
Do
tell
you
me I can't do what I
do
can't
you feel like some
do.
women? Do you feel like some women are, but they're humble about it to where they don't want to? You know what I mean? Like
That is another thing, yeah, where it's just like I don't want to put my business out there. I don't want to put myself out there, because I just don't feel it's. So I'm there to say, no, I'm gonna put you out there. If you don't do that, I'm gonna put you out there because you're badass.
well, that's
And
yeah,
and
yeah.
don't it's okay to be humble, yeah, but whenever I know that your product is good
Hmm.
and other people need to share in the
Yeah.
love, I'm gonna put you out there.
Yeah, I
So
guess that's kind of the best publicity too when
yeah.
somebody else is saying it
Yeah,
instead
somebody
of
else told me that.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better when somebody else is sharing it because it's real because they like it for a good reason. So
I
yeah.
like the ghost and Mr. Chicken, your brother said.
Oh, of course he does.
That's awesome. Like, has it always been like that for you? Like, did you learn that from somebody as far as like being, trying to give somebody a chance and look at the positive instead of the negative?
Um,
You know what I mean?
how it all started was, believe it or not, I was in a bad space after losing my mom, and then of course taking care of my dad. It was very hard to see them in that process as well. Um, Being this younger sibling, I was just like, I want somebody to support me the way I want to support other people.
Mm.
And that's right. And then I started watching Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown. I don't know if you know Anthony Bourdain. He's a
Yeah,
chef.
the chef, right?
Yeah, that travel different places. And he just kind of gave me the inspiration to just like, he's like, let's get out there, go to a restaurant you've never been to,
Hmm.
try it out, have a drink, meet the people, just meet new people. And
Yeah,
that's what I started. I started literally just going to Art Walk and going to
crazy.
different places, talking to different vendors and just starting sharing their stuff. And then somebody said, you know what, at this point you're an influencer because I was like, I'm a what?
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm a little older, and I don't know what you're saying. But so that's basically how it started. Just watching his show and being like, I want to be like that. I want to. If I can't travel,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go and explore my city
Yeah,
and see what's out there.
that's
So
cool.
that's how it is.
Like the lightsabers you
Lightsabers.
got on
I'm
there.
also a big Star Wars
So is that
fan.
so dark side? You think that's what she meant by saying dark side?
I don't know. This is actually, if anybody is watching can name who these lightsabers are, you get like $5.
What do you? What's the lettering on top there?
Actually, it's okay. So we gave it away.
Oh, okay.
Asajj Ventress is Oh my God, it's peeling. Asajj Ventress is she was a Jedi. She was a Sith, and then she was a bounty hunter, and then she passed away, or she died by saving a Jedi, and she actually was buried with the Jedi honors.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. So she has a really amazing backstory. So
Wow.
I wish they would make a movie about her.
I was gonna say, like, did you find out? I mean, you must have read about her
Oh yeah,
somewhere.
no, I've read the books and stuff like that, and
That's
that's
awesome.
where I was like, oh my God, this chick is like, and actually it came from like my ex called me Ventress, and I was like, what are you trying to say? Because she's kind of not very pretty. She's like bald she's all white.
Wow, that's
But of course,
crazy.
that like in the galaxy of Star Wars universe, she's considered the most beautiful,
Yeah.
you know, and the most deadly. And I was like, what are you trying to say? I was like, yeah, I think I'm a bitch. What's going on? And then when I started reading more about her, I was like, wow, this chick is actually badass. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take this, and like this is gonna be me. This is me now.
Kind of like when we meet people, like we have these assumptions about them without even knowing them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You never know. You never know. Yeah, that's the community. I meet people and I'm like, wow, they create these things. I'm like, and then I get to meet them and talk to them more. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you are badass on another level.
Yeah.
And I just love you right now.
Yeah, what sucks for me is like sometimes I'll hear people talk about them like in a bad way,
hmm
and then I go and talk to them. I'm like, damn, it's different from what people are saying, and then your mind gets like, damn, well, who do I listen to? You know, you know what I'm saying? And
Listen to the person that you met that day, because maybe, like I said, it was might
yeah,
be a bad day. They met him on a bad
yeah,
day, or there was, there was an issue that they, some people don't mesh well. I got that. I know there's people in a community that don't get along,
yeah,
and or they just have different views on things.
right.
But for me, I'm just like, I'm gonna love all y'all, until y'all piss me off. But which nobody has done. I have to say, everybody has been really respectful.
Everyone's got their breaking point though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, I haven't gotten there yet. No one's like gotten me to that level, but
That's
everybody's
cool.
been so nice, so supportive, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna share all y'all stuff. If y'all don't like each other, I'm sorry, but for me, I'm gonna love y'all.
So, can you share a memorable experience or feedback from community members?
Oh goodness. I mean, just all our okay, so I had a wonderful event that I put on last year that I was able to put on a celebration with my Kundalini yoga teacher, Yogi Day Manny, because I go to Kundalini classes at the Coastal Bend Wellness Center. It's donation based,
Hmm.
so I got there from like I lost my job and I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? And these were donation based. You didn't have to pay at that time, so I was
Wow.
like, I started going, very grounding, love it. And then they're just like they knew I was CC Goth girl. Like, would you like to put on a celebration? Halloween.
Cool.
So we did last year. It was huge. I had like over 40 vendors,
Wow.
and we gave away this big old like we had all the vendors pitch in like it's a whole big basket. And actually the Grim Reaper, this guy that was Grim Reaper one, was awesome. We had Kaya Vance and his crew, Bobby Glory,
Yeah.
spitting jams and stuff, and just like that. And then I just heard the feedback from all the vendors afterwards, and the community and my friends that were just like, that was the
Wow.
shit. Like that, everybody was happy.
Yeah.
Everybody had a good time,
That's cool.
and that I think that has to be like my most like pride. That's my pride and joy, and my most memorable, because I was just like, can
Wow.
I do this? I was running around like, I don't know if I could do this. And next
Wow.
time they're
So
like,
that was the first time you had put
that's
it
the
on?
first
Oh
time
my
I had
God.
my event, and I was stressed. It was only me, and I should have gotten more help, but I did not think, and I was running around. I was exhausted. I didn't sleep in that night before because I
Oh
was so
shit.
excited. Hadn't eaten, and I was just like, okay, guys, please bear with me. I'm gonna sit down here on the floor for a minute and just like zone out just for a sec. And so it was,
Wow.
yeah, that was a good event, and hopefully we're gonna have it again this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so that's
Yeah.
the first time putting it on. Do you feel like you have to put like a certain amount of events in within a year, or how do you look at it?
Not me, because I think they know my life has been pretty sporadic taking care of my dad.
Oh yeah.
So, and I got, Oscar Wheat, right? He has
Yeah.
his artwork that I promote as well. And he's just like, when are you putting another one on? When are you putting another one on? And I'm like, oh, that's funny. I swear to God. And I did, like, not too long ago, I did one at the Coastal Bell Wellness Center. Has been, the greatest. Bill and them, Manny, to be able to have events there because we had the goth yoga.
Mhm,
They did a
yeah.
goth yoga event, and so that was to promote the new Evil Inheritance movie that's coming out from
Right
like
on.
Creatures Production.
Yeah,
And we had vendors there, and it was just that was the latest one that I did. And
that's
then
cool.
next one is going to be Elements Realms of Beyond, Tony and Matt, electric youth event, and so they just opened up a new business
Yeah,
on Staples, so it's
nice.
kind of going to be like a little grand opening
That's
for them.
cool.
So yeah.
And you were just involved Suicidal Butterfly? Like they had a pop up or something just recently?
I wasn't like involved, but I dressed up as Latina Elvira,
Okay.
like
They're
tacos.
like, you gotta come, you gotta
Yeah,
come.
I was like, and I was all late because I didn't go to bed till like 10 a.m. in the morning because I was cleaning my house. And I get in the zone and then I'm like, oh my God, it's 10 in the morning. Let me take a break. And so I took a nap and took a long nap. And then I was like, oh my God. And Nikki was like, where are you at? And I was like, I'm gonna be right there. So I met a snake named Snow Cone. And you got to see my vendors and stuff like that. I call them my vendors and I'm a vendor. But
That's cool.
and I missed Creatures Coffee, but
Yeah.
they were there
Oh
too.
yeah. I've been wanting to try them
You
out.
have not tried them yet?
No, I'm a her. I stay. I don't go
Okay,
anywhere. I need
gotcha.
to. I know I do. I'm trying.
You need to get them on
Please give
here.
me a little patience.
Yeah, it's okay. Maybe you get them on here. They can bring you the
Yeah.
coffee. That'll work. No, they're awesome. I'm always like their merch is awesome too. I was like, and it was funny
I like the
because
vibe they have.
yes, like that black old little like
And even the music they put on their posts,
yeah,
it's I like it. I'm a
they're
music
great.
lover and just
Yeah,
it's cool to see everybody's posts on Instagram and stuff.
yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of community support too. Like, not just you, like there's several other influencers, I guess.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, what is that? Anyway?
Yeah, they do the same thing. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
pretty cool to know that you guys are out there. So
Yeah, no,
yeah.
it's supporting each other, which is local Texas foodie. Oh my gosh, she was like the most.
I just started following her.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
And there's a whole believe me, there's a whole list of people that I want to get on the podcast.
yes,
Cause
yeah, I
you
can
know what I mean.
imagine.
And
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my god, like, there's so many people.
yeah, and
Yeah,
isn't that amazing about
yeah.
Corpus? Because I went to Art Walk with a friend of mine.
Hmm.
Shout out to to Jesus.
Hmm.
He hangs out with I'm Goth Mom, by the way, to these little ones because they're younger than me, obviously. And he's like, let's go to Art Walk. So he's hanging out with, and I'm of course saying hi to my vendors and showing him this person and having him meet this person. He's like, oh my God, I did not know that Corpus was this type of community and
Wow.
had all this stuff. And I'm like, it is. Like, you would not believe how many people have so much talent
Mm,
and, that are just willing to just drop whatever, like, even the career change. And just Creatures Coffee is one of them. Just went in, did this business,
yeah,
and look at they're killing it.
yeah,
So that's what he's like. Wow, this is like amazing. Like, yeah, Corpus is actually pretty badass.
yeah, for sure. There's a lot of businesses too.
Yeah.
Ashley Holland says, "Goonies never say." Is that a Goonies, never
Goonies
say?
never say
Oh,
die.
that's
If it's
cool.
not a horror movie, it's gonna be my tattoo. I'm a big Goonies fan. So yes, thank you, Ashley.
Nice.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
big Goonies fan.
That's cool. Yeah, you were mentioning like you mentioned losing your job and you're like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Like, I'm not amazing, but like losing your job can actually make you think like that. You
Oh
know,
yeah, it changes your whole perspective on life, and it's like, what am I gonna do with my life?
like
Like,
what the heck? What have I been doing? Or you know
Yeah,
what I mean? It makes you
exactly.
reflect.
Right, because you're at this one place. I was there for 5 years, and then just like they just laid us off out of nowhere, basically. And I'm like, okay, yeah, what am I gonna do now?
What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was almost like COVID once again, where
Oh
I
yeah.
got, and it's like, I worked at Pizza Hut for a little while.
Wow,
I was a
crazy.
delivery driver, believe it or not. And
That's so wow. So you knew you had to do something about it, like to work. So I was like, oh wow. that's
yeah, so my kid was a delivery driver, and they're like, "Mom, you want to work with us? Because we're still working. We're
cool.
we're the elites out here. Nobody cares about us.
Pizza.
So yeah, essential workers, as they
Heck
say."
yeah.
And so yeah, I did that during COVID. I worked at Pizza Hut on Hamlin Center, and I made some great friendships there, which is like I got to see behind. I never worked in the food industry. I was
Really?
sales. I was marketing.
Wow. Oh my
And so I
god.
was like in a new environment. I did not know about this stuff, and it was just an eye opener. It was amazing how to see how people were. Because and then of course it's like, why don't you get a better job? That's what used to piss me off
Oh.
when people would say like, well, if you want tips, why don't you get a better job?
Damn.
Okay, if everybody got a better job, how are you going to get your pizza? Because you're not getting off your ass to go get it. You know, you're not making
Wow.
it on your own. You're freaking wanting people to deliver it to you.
Damn.
So don't even. And then these people are busting their ass. Some of them have kids, and trying to find a babysitter just so they can come into work to deliver your pizza, to give you
Mm-hmm.
your pizza because you think they deserve or they need a better job because you don't want to tip them.
Mm.
Like that's bullshit. I'm sorry. That's where it's just like, and I know I get it. Some people can't tip. I get it. And like, but I'm like, I've been there now, so
Yeah.
I will like even tip at curbside because I'm like, dude, you walked out to give me my food.
Yeah.
Here's a couple of dollars. Thank you so much. I
If you
appreciate
can't afford
you.
the tip, go get it yourself. Like,
That's what I say,
yeah.
and it's like I want to show my appreciation because I've been there. I know how hard, and they're not just to get in their car delivering. No, they're helping make the pizza. They're prepping.
It's hot in there.
It's hot. Yeah,
Like,
sometimes the AC
oh my
breaks.
gosh,
The
yeah.
rain like comes in dripping in, and these corporations, they don't care. They don't
Mm.
care. They're not taking care of their employees. So it's these people trying their hardest to make sure that customer is going to get what they want and to be like treated like it's your crap. You don't deserve
Yeah.
anything. It's just bullshit to me.
Do you think that the majority? Do you think that like the people that are working those jobs that they're? Do you think they? Do you think they're like work? Well, they're probably working it because they have to. They got families and stuff like that, right?
Well, they grew
But
up. A lot of them grew up like that was their first job, and so they stuck with it because they're good at it. And some of them moved up in the company, which was good, but they still get treated like crap.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then like my kid has always loved pizza.
Mhm.
I mean, they knew their name.
Who doesn't, right? Like,
Yeah, so
everyone-
they would like come to the door and it's like, oh, it's you, it's so and
Oh.
so. So when they got
First
hired
by
there,
name basis.
yeah, so when they got hired there, it's like, oh, it's you. You want to work here now. You're old enough. So, so they worked themselves up on the chain, became management as well. So, sometimes it's just they want to work in that environment, But some are stuck there, That's all they know, and that's all they don't feel that they can do another job.
Oh.
But they're good at what they do there.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep the ship going,
Yeah.
and it's people like them that you get that good pizza,
Yeah.
because they've been there for like 10 years.
Yeah, man. Oh
So-
man, I do support local and stuff. The Domino's that I do like, which is the one on Staples near Baldwin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every time I
Yeah.
order there, oh my god, like it's always like good. Like you can tell it's not burnt. You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean it's got to do something to do with the work ethic and
Yeah.
and you know what I mean, the culture that they have at that particular store.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not
got
saying-
the right cook.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're all like that. Just
No,
just
they're
some of
not
them.
all perfect. No.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, you mentioned your dad. So your dad fought George Foreman at one time in his life?
Yes, Max Martinez.
Max Martinez.
Yeah, he was a professional boxer here in Corpus, and George Foreman, up and coming. I think that was like his third fight, and the guy that was supposed to be fighting him out in Houston bailed. And they asked my dad if he wanted to make a few
Cool.
$100, I guess, back in the day. And my dad was already retiring, but he's like, why not? Let's do this. Before I was born, obviously. And he goes and he fights George Foreman. George Foreman gloves him in the eye. He gets a detached retina, and it's a knockout after that. So.
Did you have a choice whether to be a boxer yourself?
So this is the thing. So I have two older brothers, Eddie and Roland, who never were boxers. But no, my mother probably.
Wait, are you in the middle?
killed
Are
them.
you in this? Are you in the middle between? The
No,
two?
the baby.
Okay,
I'm the
okay,
baby.
okay.
But no, and there's my son.
Master of Newt says, "Big if true." LOL.
So my mother probably would have killed my brothers if they even thought about boxing.
Seriously.
So yeah, but me,
What-
I'm the rebel. My mom was already older. My mom had me when she was 40. I wasn't even supposed to be born. I was
Wow,
55,
crazy.
Yeah, I was like, hello, I'm here. The doctor actually said you should get an abortion because my mother was too old at that time to be having a baby.
No,
That something was
wow.
wrong. I was like, maybe I'm a little mental, but now you know what. So,
Crazy.
so yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna do this. Well, okay, so my ex-husband wanted to box, and he talked to my dad about it because my dad knew people. So my dad takes him to this place, Puro Gallo boxing, in this hole in the wall place out by like, oh gosh, Morgan. I don't even know. It was just a hole in the wall, seriously.
Yeah.
And he starts, training and stuff like that. And I walk in and I see other girls there.
Whoa.
I'm like, girls are boxing? What's going on? So he goes to his first sparring match. He gets hit once. He's bleeding like crazy. Like he's just gushing blood. He's one of those bleeders, right? So he's just like, no, I'm out. And I'm like, I want to do it. So I start training. with the girls there, and I started liking it.
Wow.
And I sparred, got hit horribly bad
Wow.
for a sparring session. But I was like, I got back up and I started, kept on doing it. I trained for Golden Gloves, went to Golden Gloves,
Cool.
trained my own girls. They went to Golden Gloves, one as well. And my dad went to my fights. My mom, no.
Wow.
My mom just knew like she could not win that fight with me.
Damn.
So, but yeah, my dad supported me and all that, and even helped me get boxing bags and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow. And so you got into coaching it too. That's
yeah,
pretty
I did.
cool.
Ronee's boxing gym that I had out in Beville.
Wow, that's so. You're
So
just passing over like Ronnie's boxing
yeah,
gym.
Ronee's boxing
Oh my
gym.
God, that's big right
Yeah, it
there.
was wonderful. I had it all girls, and they were so wonderful. And that's why I boxing is such an amazing sport. It's 100% chance you are going to get hit in the face.
Hmm.
But you can, if you come back from that and
Yeah.
you have the skill. And I used to spar guys. Razor Robert Delgado. He has his
Oh
own
wow.
like, yeah. He used to train with us. Belmontes, Sal Belmontes.
Wow.
He
Shout
used to,
out. Awesome.
yeah. I used to spar with those guys, and they were little bitty, and now
Wow.
they're big boys with their own family. And but yeah, it was an experience, and I have to say, I like the boxing community is as strong here in Corpus, an amazing community, and
Yeah, really.
they support each other, which is great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, my daughter, she's in jiu-jitsu,
Nice. Okay.
but I know she wants to do boxing, kickboxing, whatever,
Yeah.
something where she's hitting something.
Right. And see,
You know?
I had an ex that did jujitsu, and I was like, what is this whole like? Why are you grabbing each other? It's
Yeah.
gross. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
and that's why I was a boxer, because I didn't want people grabbing me. I wanted to hit somebody.
Yeah, keep them like yeah, I
Yeah,
got you.
stay away. I
Yeah.
couldn't do kickboxing because the leg thing kind of scares the crap out of me. But yeah, so but no, anybody that can do those type of sports, even jujitsu, it's like the ground game. I didn't know that you do it. You go on the ground for a reason, and then you have to get out of these holds, and you do it.
Mm.
So I respect all these sports, but
So what do you think about like as far as get the head, the brain and the head getting hit and all that stuff? Do you like
it
what are
takes a
your
toll, and then there's damage that can that can. I don't know how my dad got hit.
yeah, I was gonna say like did you see that in your dad at all?
No, like this guy was sharp to the end. Like this guy was
Crazy.
just like witty and just on it. I mean, he noticed all the pretty nurses real quick.
That's when you know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So he was like, no, he was always sharp to the end. So I do know that there, and that's because he had a pretty long professional boxing thing. But I think it's just certain people just either get hit in the wrong way, or just
Mm.
they're just not able to take it. I don't really know the science behind that, but
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's hard, but like you kind of have some padding on the glove,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah.
still getting hit. But
Oh yeah, my dad said that George Foreman had the heaviest hands.
oh
It was
my
like getting
God.
hit by a train. Yeah, so
And you said
detached retina. So
oh
he
my
had
God.
like very minimal sight on his left eye. So,
Yeah.
but that guy drove until he was like
Yeah.
86 actually. So, and they were just like, dude, you need to chill. And I'm still driving. So,
Yeah, right
yeah, and
on.
I guess that's where I get my stubbornness from. But yeah, he was, and that's where I get where I can talk to people, because he loved to talk to
Really?
people.
Wow.
That guy, he can take him anywhere, and he's just talking to like, what's your name? Where are you from? So what are you doing today? Just like completely just have that. And I guess I get that
Yeah.
from him, because I can go to someone and be like, hey, what's up? And I can just sit next to someone I don't even know, and it's like, hey.
Is it easy for you to like pick up social cues like when people don't want to talk at all?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah.
oh, okay.
So I'm like, all right, I'll catch you later.
Ah, later.
You don't like scary movies? I'm out. So, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I don't get them, and I try to figure out how to get them, So that's just how my brain is, So.
It's all good.
But I do find myself like talking to people whenever I do get like I don't like to be social, but when I do get social, I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's always that
When there's a good connection and somebody has a back and forth that you can,
Yeah.
good banter, you're like,
They're right.
okay, we can talk.
That's awesome. Yeah. So so you're the horror club. Where do you see it going? I guess in the future.
So more movie meetups, more events are what I'm planning to do. And my main thing is I have something in the works, which is kind of hidden right now, but so be on the lookout for that.
Mhm.
But the one thing that I am trying to get out there is I want to do Corpus Christi after midnight. It's kind of like a it's not a podcast, well, which I'll probably turn it into a podcast as
Cool.
well, but it's a web series where I want to do like a whole talking about certain murders that happened here in Corpus, because it wasn't just Selena that got killed around here.
Wow, no kidding.
There's some things that have happened here in haunted places here in Corpus, missing people,
Mm.
stuff like that, because Corpus has a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that
Yeah, you're right.
that I would love to talk about, and either investigate why this happened, and also use it as a platform. Check your mental health, check where you're going,
Wow, that's cool.
I want to put resources in there. This is where you can go. You can go to Amistad Clinic if you don't have insurance. Costa Ben Wellness, there's places out there that you can go to if you need to find a mental health place and you don't have the money.
So that's big in that as far as people getting hurt or murdered.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff
I
like
think
that.
a lot of people go unchecked and they don't realize that there's a lot of and the stigma is, oh, you just, and as a Hispanic, it's like, oh, you're fine, you
Yeah.
got our curanderas that
Get up, you're fine. Just keep going. Yeah, whatever.
yeah, just like, you just brush it off, especially in the male community. Just like, guys
definitely.
are tough, you don't need to be checked out. No, some guy, that's the thing, is that society sees the men as like, oh, they have to have everything set and do everything right. And when they don't get it done right, it's like, oh, you're a bad person, you're not good enough. And that's gonna harp on a guy. Like, I get, because I have a lot of guy friends and they're just
Well,
like,
you got brothers too. Like,
yeah,
you
brothers too.
understand.
Yeah, so I know what it's like, that it's just like, they're humans. Everybody's human, and
Yeah.
everybody goes through a certain part of their life that, sometimes you're just not feeling okay. And like Emma from Weird Corpus is like, she I'll ask her, I'm like, hey, how's it going? And she's just like, I'm having an okay day. I'm like, you're not having a great day. She's like, no, sometimes I'm having an okay day, and that's okay. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. Not all of us are gonna have an amazing day, but so I learn off of people like
Yeah.
her, which is a amazing thing. Like, that's another thing about this community, you learn things from everyone.
Yeah.
So it's just like amazing.
That's why I like this podcast. Like, I like
Yeah.
to learn stuff in
Yeah.
general, and just like you saying, you like it too. That's good feedback, because it's working. That's kind of the reason why I'm doing it.
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
yeah.
And that's
so
why
it's cool.
I support local, and I go out there and I talk to vendors,
Yeah.
because I learn things from them.
If you guys are watching on the video, check out this shirt she's got here. I wonder where she got it from. Corpus Christi Originals.
Yeah.
Represent.
I got the whole. Oh,
Yeah.
I got you
Yeah,
from
we
Dark Side.
we got Richie Hernandez. Hey, what's up, man?
Richie got me into the paranormal putas. If you ever listen to podcasts,
Okay. Is that local or no?
They're from Austin.
Okay.
So I don't just do like Corpus.
No, it's all
San
good.
Antonio. I got a little putra trion.
Yeah.
So paranormal putas is what they're called. Freaking hilarious. Leo and Bethany, hilarious women that have a podcast, and they talk about anybody watch Ghost Adventures? They're in love with Zach Bagans, and I'm in love with Zach Bagans. I used to watch that with my kid all the time, and they just kind of their laugh, and they go out and they went to his haunted museum in Las Vegas. They did a whole show about it. Was they have you laughing.
Wow,
and
cool.
It's actually,
It sounds like a funny podcast, just the name.
their name, right?
Yeah.
And they're just the most hilarious women ever. So, and I actually made them Zach Bagans dolls. And I shipped it out to him, which is hilarious. But Richie's the one that got me into them.
Awesome. Night Creature Productions. What's going on? It's awesome. Yeah, it's so you're the thing you were starting, you said it might turn into a podcast as far as
Yeah, I'm gonna start it with like, I'm gonna do like the little videos on TikTok and being like, this is talk about this one murder that happened here in Corpus, and this is how it went, and this is how it ended, or there was this murder and we don't know who did it, but they think they know who did it. Do you know who did it? This kind of thing, and then switch it off, send it off to the full length video on YouTube, and then of course get the rest on
that's pretty cool.
On a podcast. And yeah, I have the Dead podcast with Desi. If you ever listen to her, she's awesome.
The Dead podcast?
Yeah, she's local. She's the Dead podcast with Desi. I'm gonna try and get her input on that too, because she's been doing it. She's been kicking butt. I love listening to her podcast as well.
When did you get into podcasts?
Huh?
How long have you been like listening to podcasts?
It all started with my kid, my son, who
Oh,
was like,
cool.
you ever listen to last podcast on the left? And I was like, what is that? And they're like, it's about, serial killers. And so I was like, really?
Wow.
So it's actually
Cool.
during COVID, and while we were doing our our puzzle pieces
Yeah.
because we didn't have nothing to do.
That's
Puzzle
cool.
pieces, listening to the last podcast and left. And then I started realizing there's other podcasts out there.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, then I started looking at, I don't even know how I found the Dead podcast, but I did. And, Beer and a Movie that I was on.
Beer and a Movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's amazing local podcasts. And you guys, I was just like, hey, this is cool.
Yeah. And I don't know how to find them either. I'm like, Corpus Christi podcast, and there's only like
People
a handful.
tell me about them. That's how I find out.
That's cool.
Yeah, 50 States of Terror, my boy Anthony. So
Oh, yeah.
and his wife
Kaylee, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So I think if people just like, and I think that's how I found about 50 States is because I met Kaylee through a friend, Marcos.
Yeah.
And then she's like, my husband has this podcast. So I was just like, it's word of mouth. It's word of mouth, and then sharing.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so that's what's coming. That's what's going on with the future. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And one more thing that I am.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. It's just to say there's that one more thing that's going to be possibly happening in the future, and it involves me in costume. So that's all I'll say.
Demon in training, he says.
Oh, for Evil Inheritance, yeah.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
That's
Check it out, you guys. Evil Inheritance by Night Creature Productions.
Donate, please, so we can get that movie going.
How is that? Like, is it difficult to find like people to donate, like, I guess for that project or whatever?
For
or
any type of
is it just like a local thing, or I mean,
everybody has to.
well, the economy sucks right now too, right? I mean,
yeah, it's finding who's going to support and stuff, and who feels that you're worthy enough for their support, type of thing. And but basically, that's why we're trying to do like little events, getting out there, promote the business and the production company.
Yeah.
And if people can donate $5, hey, that goes a long way, believe
Yeah.
it or not. Because it's just it builds. If everybody just donated like $1 or $5,
Do you feel like there's more creatives than actual people that consume it? Like, is it the city? Do you think if we had a bigger city, you know what I mean?
I think because we trade off also with San Antonio as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
There's
Yeah, well, I forgot about that. Like, there is a market there too.
Mhm,
Like,
yeah,
and
San
people that from here they live.
go there, and it's back
Yeah.
and forth. Because I think we're in all the little surrounding communities and stuff like that. I think it's just in general. It doesn't matter where you are. It's just going to be who's going to support you and whether they like you
Right.
to support you. That's the thing.
Right on.
If they
That's
think
cool.
it's good enough.
So you have those things coming out. Awesome. So what are some of the? I guess, did you have any challenges in the early days of starting the club? I mean, it was more like a friends group, right?
Yeah, it's more of us just like I said, it started off with memes and then just me sharing what I love to do. I was putting it on my page, and then people started sharing and liking, and I started going to like events and meeting people, little fetish raves at Studio B, meeting all the little goth babies.
Studio B is used to be
The NASA.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so is there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes, there is.
Yeah, so Maya, the producer, mentioned that there's a rave tonight. Maya, the producer, runs Base Haven. There's going to be a rave tonight at Studio B.
That's you. Okay.
June 22nd, 2024, if you're listening later on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I love that place. It's so grunge and alt. I love it.
Cool.
And then I love like all the little goth babies that go there. It's great. And then tonight is also the Art of Drag at the K Space.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's horror.
It's a horror theme? Nice.
Yes, which I'm so excited for. I love.
Have they had a horror theme before? Or
I don't think so. No, I don't know what last year was. I forgot, but it was bad. It was badass last year, and I'm excited for I totally support the LGBTQIA plus community because my son is trans, and so I support anybody being themselves. I support my kid more than anything. They're gonna have a kid actually
Cool.
on Wednesday. I'm gonna be a goth grandmother. Everybody, please send me good vibes. I'm scared as hell.
That baby's gonna be dressed in black.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We already got all the black everything. Trust me, we're set with that.
And what's wrong with black too, right?
Slimming.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Slimming. When people see me out, like yesterday, I went to La Brujita's tea leaf reading.
I saw that. Yeah,
and
that's cool.
I was not in black, but I had a little. And I was like, "Who am I?" But the dress was $35. It was nice. So I was like, whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, so you're actually gonna be a grandma. That's awesome.
Yeah, I am, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so tonight we got that the Studio B and then
Yes.
K Space. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Lots of
Oh
fun.
man, hold on. Before we go, we're at 50 minutes, but
Oh shoot, already. Wow.
cancer survivor. Do
Yes.
you want to talk about that?
Sure. So yeah, I think it's about 13 years, 12, 13 years ago. It's been a while. I was having stomach problems, which a lot of people in Corpus, believe it or not, have stomach issues.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're young, get a colonoscopy, get colon screenings. It's very important. So they didn't know what was wrong with me. They kept on pumping me with all these pills. They thought it was a virus, blah, blah, blah. So finally I had to go to San Antonio. And they're like, you have ulcerative colitis, which is an autoimmune disease that attacks your large intestine.
Wow.
So I had to get, regular checkups. I'm there like 20 something years old, in getting colonoscopies with these 80-year-old
20
grandmas
years
and
old?
grandpas. And
Oh
they're looking at me
wow.
and I'm looking at them and I'm like, hi. They're just like, she's so young. And I'm like, I know. And it's very humbling, having those kind of tests done, but it's needs to be done. And luckily, when I lived in Houston for a while, uh, they found a polyp in my large intestine and it
Mm.
was cancerous.
Oh.
And they're like, well, we can do one or two things. We can, have you go through chemo, see if it knocks it out,
Oh no.
or we can take out your large intestine and knock out two birds with one
Oh,
stone.
shoot.
So I was like, wait, what? You can live without large intestine? Like, this is the thing. And he's like, yeah, we can do it next week. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Let
Oh,
me process the fact that you can literally take out my large intestine and still have me survive. I am a horror creature at this point. Literally. So yeah, they did what it's called a J-pouch procedure. And they just take out your large intestine, they reattach your small intestine. I had to have the pouch, the little colostomy bag for 3 months while I healed
Whoa.
internally. They went back in, stuffed that back inside. I was literally like, it was
Crazy.
so creepy. Like,
Oh my
like
god.
having a large intestine on the outside. It was crazy.
Oh,
Shout
just the
out to
thought
people.
of somebody like cutting me up and it's
Oh
just
yeah, yeah, I
oh.
know. It was. I woke up and I was like, "Who stabbed me?" And they're like, "Man, we just literally took out your large intestine." And I'm like,
Wait, you want to go back to work now?
yeah. I was like, what's going on? So yeah, I've lived with low large intestine for that long. I'm fairly okay, but I do still have my moments, which is like, I'm just not feeling 100%. I'm
Mm.
tired all the time.
Mm.
I
So
can't.
those were that's how you were feeling. Is that what you're
I
saying?
feel now. I still feel it. Like before, I couldn't even go out. Basically, like I couldn't
So you
eat.
knew something was
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
I couldn't. I would lose like 30 pounds in 1 month,
Crazy.
and then they would put me on prednisone, and then I would gain
Did
that
you have
30
like
pounds.
headaches? Like I mean, was it
No,
just
it's just stomach
like
problems.
some rums? Okay,
Stomach
okay.
problems.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, if you have any stomach problems, you just don't know, please go get checked. Please go. If they're not getting your answer here, go somewhere else
Mm.
because it's very important because you don't want it to get to the state that mine went. Mine was so severe.
Like it was almost
It was
like
just
there.
bad.
Damn.
It was just, I was taking 30 pills a day and it wasn't even
Crazy.
phasing me. It was just so bad. And it was hard because having a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to take them to school, I sometimes couldn't even take them to school because
Oh
I was
man.
just sick.
Wow.
But now I don't have, I'm just a little tired more. And then I can't eat certain things sometimes. And it just depends on whether my stomach likes me or not. But it's
Crazy.
not as bad as it was before. Not even close.
Wow.
So yeah. So
Damn.
shout out to cancer survivors. I mean, I can't even say like, there's people that have like, have gone through chemo and that's intense. And I bypass. I mean, I got my large intestine taken out, but still, like I can't even imagine.
That's pretty big deal, right?
Yeah,
there. Holy
yeah.
crap.
So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And shout out to all the
Yeah.
vendors because I'm wearing all their merch.
Yeah. Anything you want to share? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like Sung Sanctuary, Elfines, their jewelry, a Bird Post,
The glass you were mentioning earlier.
set. Oh my god, this bitch. Love her stuff. Look at this.
That's
This
cool.
is glass. This is glass.
Yeah.
Like Heather Morbid Creations. This is actual bone right here. She
Wow,
makes
crazy.
stuff with actual bone. And then like, oh my gosh, Suicidal Butterfly
Oh yeah.
gifted me with this. Like, are you kidding me? So yeah, no. I mean, and Zenfinity, the girls there are so amazing. Massages, if you need a massage, Zenfinity. I mean, if you want to know any place to go and to talk to and where to go, just follow me.
Cool.
Official Corpus Christi Horror Club, CC Goth Girl.
Yeah.
I try to share. And of course, if you have a business and you want me to share, tag me,
Cool.
please. I want to get the word out. I want people to know.
So Nikki Hernandez, thank you. She puts hearts on, and Night Creature says nothing known to man can destroy Ronnie.
Not yet, because I'll be a vampire one day.
Yeah. So how do people find you, or how do they tag you to share their
So
stuff?
on Facebook, I'm the official Corpus Christi Horror Club. And then on Instagram, I'm also the CC Horror Club, and then of course CC Goth Girl underneath there. So, and then I got TikTok, which is CC Goth Girl or CC Horror. Actually, I don't know, one of the two. But
I think TikTok, the @ is CC Goth Girl, and then the name is I can't remember. Yeah, it is kind of confusing.
It's linked on my page.
Yeah,
so you can
we'll put the link below.
Yes, yes, please.
That's cool.
So,
well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on the show.
Me.
If nothing else, we'll say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming through.
Oh, share your bat.
Yeah. Oh, you guys, she gave me a little bat right here, and it came in a little package, a little case right here. So,
Maya got one too with stickers.
And Maya got one too. And she says, what did she have to do?
You have to name it and give it a backstory.
Name it and give it a backstory? Oh, that's a challenge. And then, of course, the stickers of Freddie, or who is it? Jason. Who is this? Who is this here? I don't know.
I think, that's Jason.
Jason, all right.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to put these stickers on my computer somewhere. Woo. But thank you so much for the gift. And thanks for shouting us out. Purchasing merchandise as well.
Always.
Supporting local.
Got you.
Thank you so much. You guys stay tuned for the next podcast coming up. I know I got some people lined up. Vago Burger and BBQ, 4701 Barrera Drive, right there in Molina. Check it out. My favorite is the El Guapo. We were there yesterday with El Nino. Actually went by there, and Alex hooked him up. So check it out, you guys. Otherwise, shout out to Maya, the producer, for making this podcast look good, making it sound good. And stay tuned. See you later.
Awesome.